First, they came for the socialist, and I did not speak out because I wasn't a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionist, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. This is by Pastor Martin Nimola. Hi guys, and welcome back to Trash It. So the topic we're talking about today is a sad one. Unfortunate events that's been going on recently on social media. You can see it's all over Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and this is what's been going on in South Africa, where South Africans have been killing other nationals, Nigerians, I believe Ghanaians, Tanzanians, Somalians,
foreigners in very
other black foreigners, because they believe that those black foreigners have gone to that country and they're doing all sorts of things, i.e. drugs, prostitutions. They're taking the employment that would have been for South Africans, they're taking it, their own businesses and all sorts of things. So it's for them now, it's a frustration, and they're going ahead and they're killing all other foreigners in the country. And we just thought this was a sad thing that's happening right now, and we thought we'll take on here to have our say. Now, let's just make it very clear, okay? No country wants other people from other countries to come into that country and do and sell drugs and do all sorts of illicit things that will put the citizens of that country in jeopardy or at risk, okay? However, in saying that, there is a way. That's why we have legal systems in place to combat things like this, to control things like this. Unfortunately, we all know that the legal system is not in Africa as a whole is very flawed. Okay, even the legal system in the Western world is flawed anyway. Never mind a third world country where we come from. Okay, so. Now, what's from what we've gathered on the blogs and in different posts on social media, from what we've gathered is this incident started with a Tanzanian, allegedly a group of Tanzanians might have killed a cab driver. We don't know the full story. We don't know what happened. But then, obviously, the taxi driver, maybe they had their own union, and then there was an outrage, and they started to riot as a result of that. And before you knew it, it escalated, and hoodlums jumped on it, and that was it. Now, let's just make it clear, because one of their frustration is because foreigners have come and they've taken away their jobs. Yeah. Now, when their current president, Cyril Ramaphosa, when he was running his campaign before he became president, he took over from Jacob Zuma. He said that he's going to make sure that South Africans take back their businesses. They take back South Africa, because there are a lot of foreigners in the country that are thriving, that they're taking jobs that belong to South Africans. So he's come into power, and he hasn't really done much about that, okay, apparently. So, and now any little thing that happens will just, this is not the first time an incident like this is happening. It happened a few years ago. I remember that vividly.
Yeah, I would say it's very unfortunate, because I take it as Africa is at war with each other. And given, I will speak from the mindset of being a Nigerian being the one to have kind of been the forefront of the attack coming in from South Africa. And they've named Nigerians as the ones pushing drugs, peddling drugs, selling drugs, prostitution, and human trafficking. And like you said, the legal system is flawed. We can't take matters into our hands and say, well, I'm unhappy about how things are, and then I will go and lynch someone just for me to prove a point. There should be check and balances. And I've always said it, no race has monopoly of madness.
Of course.
And given what we've seen on the streets of South Africa, where Nigerians have had to defend themselves, and it was carnage. It was lawlessness that spilled over from South Africa onto the streets of Nigeria. And you see, and this resonates, or should I say, this should be a focal point for everyone to learn from. We're migrants. We've come to this country and we expect to thrive. So if in Nigeria or in South Africa or Africa as a whole, we're ganging up against ourselves, that's racism. Yet you have a problem with another African in your country. Oh, but here we have a lot of South Africans, we have a lot of Nigerians, we have a lot of other ethnicities.
Absolutely.
So where do we then have a leg to
Yeah.
stand on and be like, well, I can go to any part of the world and expect to try
But
without
can I
being-
say something? I think it's all to do with, as you rightfully say, it's the government. It's all to do with political. Because if you're going to start your manifesto by saying, yeah,
and take the
to
jobs
these
back.
people, I'm gonna do this, we should do that. You're spilling hate,
Yeah.
yes?
You're
Which you
inciting
think, yeah, you're encouraging people now to take matters into your own hand. That's like saying, yeah, if someone come in, you shoot them, you kill them, and we turn a blind eye to it. You understand? So it's not just Africa, it's just everywhere it's going mad at the moment. You know, it started in, you know, back with Hitler killing the Jews. Then you have Donald Trump saying they want all the Mexican, everybody out of America. You know, here with the Brexit.
Yes.
Let's
Here
not
with the
forget
Brexit,
that. You know, the whole reason why everyone rushed to the polling station
Immigration.
was because immigration.
Yeah.
No one really understood the whole
Again, it was for
lash that was
advertisement.
going to come.
Yeah.
So as they heard, oh, they're going to get rid of all the migrants. Oh yes, send all of them back. But then what's the backlash? And it's the same thing in.
Where are the migrants
And then now, exactly.
Still where they were before.
And then
Brexit.
going back now to Africa, it's the same hate that is coming back. That all of these politicians, all of these, I don't know who it is.
And do you
that
know
is
what?
spreading
Do you
it.
know what? The most
Facts.
ridiculous thing, right? The most ridiculous thing I've heard since all this has been going on is people are trying to say, well, you know, Nigerians. I'm gonna be specific about Nigerians here because this is what people have been saying. Or Nigerians are coming into our country and they're prostituting. They're taking our women. They're taking our jobs. They're selling drugs. They're selling drugs to school children. Why buy drugs from those people that are selling? If there is no demand, then you can't sell. That's number one. Number two, that does not justify the action.
Yeah, it's
okay? It does not justify. It's not
No.
proportionate.
You know, I hate to cut you there, and I'm going to buttress what you're saying. Nigeria as a whole has problems. We've got no jobs as well. There are people peddling drugs on the streets of Nigeria.
In the UK, people are
Everywhere.
peddling drugs.
No, we're just trying to put this
Do
in
you
context.
understand?
Nigeria has its own problem. Economically, we have our own problem. There are no jobs. We have an epidemic when it comes to tramadol, codeine, and all the stuff that we're fighting. And there are other expatriates or other races or other ethnicity in Nigeria. You don't see us going hams
To
and wallas.
kill them.
And you know, the funny thing, I expected more from South Africa. There's 120 South African countries in Nigeria. So let's just
Companies,
say,
yeah.
companies, thank you. Let's just say Nigeria is very useless. As you say, we're the one peddling drugs, we're taking your women, blah, blah, blah. There's revenue coming from that useless country back to your country. So I expected sanction to come from the African nation.
True, something to be
Something.
imposed. Yeah.
Because there were some of the, you know, sometimes you expected, I personally expected more from the government of South Africa.
Of course.
And when their Minister for Trade or Minister for Finance was spewing ignorance, that ticked me off because nobody is right in a wrong situation. What we needed to do as human beings was sit together and see how best do we then put modalities in place wherever these drugs are coming from. What are your borders? How is it
But is
checked
it
and
really
balanced?
drugs?
Yeah.
Well, look,
No,
let's
what I'm
not,
saying,
no, hold on,
that's what
let's
people
not
are
say that their
capitalizing on.
issues are not validated.
Yeah.
Their issues are validated, but the way they have gone about
Handling
it,
yeah.
well, it's taking me feeling sympathetic towards their cause now because I'm thinking, well, if you want to do that, then hang on, why do I need to feel sorry for you? Do you think we are not
But I'm just
celebrating?
saying, it's just history. What I'm saying, because South Africa do not have a good history when it comes to even dealing with their own people.
Yeah.
Yes, going back to
Apartheid and that.
exactly, and the whole racism of
White
separating
and
the
black.
white and the black. So what I'm saying. Is it really about the drugs, the prostitution, and all of this? Are you sure? I don't think it's just about
let me
that.
tell you what I think it is. I think
it's a
you know
bigger picture than
you know
that.
when you're in a situation and someone has done something to piss you off, but
exactly.
you can't take your anger out on that person
revenge
because that
or
person is
grudge.
bigger than you. So you go
Exactly.
to the little person and this is it. So what's
Exactly.
really pissing South Africans off is the white South Africans
Yeah.
that has dominated
Yes.
them,
Have
and they
no control
cannot
anymore.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they cannot. So they're now second-class citizens
Yeah.
in their
And
own
they can't deal with
African
that, I think.
country.
I
So
think
now They see the white South Africans as
So now
gods.
they want the black to kill the black.
Yeah, so
instead of them having to do
so
with
what the black South Africans are not doing, because they know that they can't take out their anger, their frustration on the white South Africans.
They
What do they do? They do that on their brothers, on the other foreigners that have come to. Now, what they keep saying, taking our jobs. Now, a lot of foreigners in South Africa, they're self-employed. They have their own businesses. I can't understand how you can take away the job of how is that possible? Because you haven't tried to build your own, you haven't tried to establish your own business for somebody else to come and compete with you, for you to say, oh well, those customers could have been mine, so you're taking it away. And people are trying to justify by saying, yes, you know, the drugs and the this. There's no justification for what's going on. Don't get me wrong, I'm not in support of people selling drugs and all of that, but then there's no country that doesn't have drug issues. Someone wrote me a message this morning and said, well, Celia, you've also said to me that in Nigeria, they kill people for they kill people for stealing and all that. Yes, they do. That's happening in Nigeria. I'm not trying to excuse it. I'm not saying it's okay. But when you start doing it in a foreign land, when other people in another country are doing it to other countries' citizens, then it obviously becomes an issue.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It becomes an issue. It becomes a problem. So what am I saying? What I'm saying in a nutshell is the way South Africans have gone about this is wrong. It's not right. We understand that foreigners are coming into your country, as you say, and making it bad, or spoiling it and whatnot. But the action doesn't justify.
It doesn't.
It doesn't justify what.
And apparently, this is not the first time. Apparently,
no. It happened a few years ago.
It
happened a few years ago.
Recently, as well, when I was reading. Apparently, this is a build-up of the frustration, as you say, to do mostly with unemployment. Yeah, people are getting frustrated, which is normal. If you don't have any jobs, crime will increase.
Are hungry and is a very angry man. It's two combinations. But the thing about it is that I don't know. This as South Africans, as Nigerians, as Africans as a whole, we need to, nobody's coming from the West to solve our problem. Nobody's coming.
Exactly.
We need to sit down and look at how best to cohabitate. We're not it's sad that I'm not trying to disrespect South Africans, but it's sad that we've left our country, Nigeria, and go to someone else's country, and we're thriving there. If the same facility were to be available, do you think we would not stay in Nigeria? Are you trying to tell me there are no South Africans in Nigeria?
There's South Africans here as well.
We should be able to crisscross among each other's country and shouldn't be a problem. But
killing is wrong.
No, but the root or the problem here is their government needs to do more.
Yeah.
There's the security is lax. It's like there's so many things that's flawed, not just in South Africa, in Nigeria. In Ghana is even getting better now. Rwanda, they're getting better. They're getting it. So we need to be smart about the people we put in
government.
Government.
Yeah.
So if you're not registered to vote, if you're not voting, then you've got no right to complain about issues like this. Empower your leaders, or make sure you vote for leaders that speak you.
It's being united as well.
But the thing is, that's all nice and well. I at the end of the day, when you vote, your vote either get lost, it doesn't get counted, or
especially in
Nigeria. Come on, we know what happens, especially in African countries. Look at Zimbabwe, for example. Mugabe was dead for how many years? 100 years. And do you understand? He only just died. Was it yesterday or the day before?
Exactly.
Do you understand? So even unfortunately, there's no free and fair election in African countries. Do you understand? Because when you want to vote in the leader you want to vote in, they start giving people all sorts of things.
I think things like that are changing now. If you look at the current or the last election we had in Nigeria, there were few people that have been elected into power.
So did Buhari win that vote?
Hold on, I said few people. Yeah, I didn't say all. So we are slowly getting there. I would always credit the president of Rwanda. I don't know, for some reason I like the guy. He's doing well by his people. This is a country that was in war.
Exactly.
And are you telling me that all the dead fathers, or how old is Buhari now? It's like 120. Running a country where it's like, come on, man, we need to do more.
I think it's just not to play the race card, but I think black needs to stop this rubbish everywhere. It's not just in Africa; it's here as well. Black need to stop killing black. Yeah, this hatred of
knife crime in the
hatred between each other. If you look, I'm not trying to be rude or racist, but if you look at other nationality, Indian help Indian.
Yes.
Chinese help Chinese.
The Jews help each other.
Jews help Jews.
They do.
Why is it as black brothers and sisters, instead of trying to promote and help each other, we rather stamp on each other and feel good about it? And I think that's where it is. I think we need to start bringing up our kids and help, and not only that, when you see somebody else doing wrong, correct them and say, you know what, instead of fighting, you guys are supposed to be helping each other, encouraging each other. When your government is there saying, giving you the guns and the knife and saying to you, go and kill your brother because they took something from a land, you're supposed to be strong enough and think, you know what, Nelson Mandela, you have a lot of other, Martin Luther King, all of them stand, and fought a battle just for blacks to have rights. Now you bloody have rights, and then what do you do with your rights? You go around killing each other because you think, oh, because we're still in the tribal society. No, you're not in tribal society. Yes, you're supposed to, as you say, look up to your politician as well and say, look, you guys need to stop preaching.
A demand.
Hatred.
I mean, how long did it take Buhari to come out and make his demands? He made one.
Apparently he's going to going to South Africa next month.
To do what?
By then people have been dead.
Exactly. People
They just need to stand up and just, and as you say, rightfully, people are going out protesting and whatever, but it's not good enough.
The thing is, see, I think at the end of the day, I think the power is in our hands. Yeah, the power is in our hands. We need to do better. We need to do more. I just make a quick instance. For example, look at Donald Trump. I remember when he was campaigning, and a lot of black people were saying, "Oh, he's only after the Muslims and the Mexicans." Come on,
he's after
do you
everybody.
Understand? They were saying he's only after the Muslims and the Mexicans. He just wants to clean the country and this and that. He's not after the black people and all that. Yeah. So for that, and they were saying that he's a Christian because he quoted from the book of Corinthians, and they were saying he's Christian. So a lot of churches and blah blah blah, they were voting for him. I know people that voted for Donald Trump. Okay, but now Donald Trump now wants to remove the right for you to come to the United States, have a child, and for that child to be a United States citizen. So he's going to remove that, and that's what a lot of black people do, especially Nigerians. They go to the USA and they have kids, and their children become a citizen. So now the same Donald Trump that you voted in is taking that right away. Except with Brexit as well. People were saying, oh, when you vote Brexit, the Commonwealth highly skilled migrant visa, it will be open to African countries and Nigerians and highly skilled.
No.
They voted, the pastors were telling their congregations to vote a Brexit because of that. And because of some laws that are going to come, and now look at where we are, a big mess. So I think the power is in our hands, and what we choose to do with that power depends on us. So guys, at the end of the day, we understand that South Africans are angry because they claim that their country have been messed up by other foreigners coming to sell drugs. We understand that, and we share that sentiment because nobody wants that to happen to their country. What we're trying to say is the way they're going about it, killing people, killing children, 12-year-old and things like that, that's what we don't like. If you find someone that's selling drugs, report them to the government, report them to the authorities and let the law take its place instead of you to take justice into your hands. Okay? People are talking about, oh, what about Nigerian pastors coming to South Africa to open churches? And yes, a Nigerian pastor coming from Nigeria to open a church in South Africa, he hasn't brought the congregation of his church as well. He is expecting South Africans or Zimbabweans or whatever country he's going to get the population from there for his congregation. So again, if you go to that church and the church is not good and they're preaching ish, it's up to you to leave. But when the pastor tells you to eat grass, and you really go and start eating grass, then you need to check your head. There's something wrong with you. Okay, so at the end of the day, we're not condoning what's going on. It's wrong. Say zero no to xenophobia, okay? At the end of the day, we're all migrants somewhere.
Exactly.
Okay? We're all migrants somewhere. We all want better for ourselves, yeah? If you're frustrated about a certain national, give them an ultimatum to leave. Give them a week. Give them a month to leave your country. Instead of just going and killing people and killing people's children. It's ridiculous. But anyway, on that note, and just before we go, we're going to just say a quick shout out to those Nigerian celebrities that I know that spoke against this. The first person I'm going to mention is Hush Puppy, because that was how I found out on his Instagram. And I know Burna Boy, he's been like, he said a lot of things on Twitter as well. Whiskey, Tiwa Savage as well, yeah. Basket Mouth, a lot of people have cancelled.
Shopware.
Yeah, yes, Shop to Do. You know, a lot of people have cancelled their tours or their affiliation. Yeah, so that is really good. But for those of you that are still trying to pursue the coins and all of that, but it's up to you.
And also to South Africans that have spoken against all this. We see you.
Yes.
And we hope that you sit with your government to look at modalities on how to make this better.
But lest I forget, aka Worldwide or whatever, I hope you're enjoying your Instagram page. Alright. Anyway, on that note, we're gonna end it. But yeah, one love, one Africa, and let's stop all this, yeah?
Let's stop the hate.
Okay.
People.
Alright. Thank you for watching, and we love you. Bye bye.
Should be able to crisscross among each other's country and shouldn't be a problem, but